Good morning. It is day 47 on the Pacific Crest Trail, and it's about 8 o'clock in the morning. Set off at about just before 7 o'clock, ahead of the others. Fancied a bit of solo hiking time today. There's about 13 miles until there's a water cache in a little bit. It is forecast to be about 45 miles an hour wind at points. As you can see, it's a little bit breezy already. I've taken off my hat as a precaution, and I have filmed some evidence of how windy it gets during the day. Here is evidence of how windy it is. As you can see, it is quite windy. It is windier than it was before. I think there's going to be about 4,000 feet of elevation and like 3,000 down, so could be a little bit tough, but I mean that's what we've been doing for the last few days, so it shouldn't be too bad. You can definitely tell we're starting to get into the Sierras now. The views they're coming along very nicely, very exciting. Yeah, let's see how the day goes. So as you can probably tell, the wind definitely came and it didn't leave. It was incredibly windy today. As I say, it was predicted to be about 45 miles an hour, and at points it definitely felt like more than that. So much so that I'm currently holed up within my quilt. We're still cowboying tonight, kind of at the top of a lovely mountain. But it's far too windy and cold for me to try and record something outside, so huddled up inside here, which is nice and cozy. Yeah, so today the wind gradually got more and more intense. Hopefully tomorrow it'll be a bit more calm. Pretty early into the hike we passed the 1,000 kilometer mark, which was pretty cool. Equally cool, if not more cool, was that most of the day has been spent hiking within the Mojave Desert. So there were a few signs around about tortoises everywhere, and there were views on one side of big expansive desert and others of the Sierra Mountains getting closer, which was really, really cool to see. Starting to walk through, especially when we're walking through like a sea of Joshua trees, just weird and wonderful shapes. People have said they're quite Dr. Seuss-esque, and I'd agree, so quite funky. The day was quite cruisy to begin with. I had some lovely time just to myself, just to think about mostly what I want to get out of my experience on the Pacific Crest Trail. So that was really nice to have that time. And then I spent the second half of the morning just kind of bopping along to music, having a wonderful time. I got to the water cache at about 11:45 and waited there, did some kind of planning ahead to see what lay ahead. Hippie G and the rest of his crew showed up probably around 12:30, so I had lunch with them, and then I just kind of chilled, trying to hide from the sun and the wind, waiting for the rest of the ducklings to arrive. And they did at about 2:30 p.m, where they then had lunch. So we chilled for a bit longer before setting off for another 4.5 miles. And basically straight after that there was about 1,500 feet in about 3 miles. So quite a lot of elevation gain, but yeah, the views were just immense. They were beautiful. But that was when the wind got really intense. Like, it was a little bit scary at times. No one got blown off a mountain, but we definitely got kind of blown against it, and it was really pushing us around, so a little bit sketchy. But we survived. Everyone's okay. It's a good time and a great story. Just quite intense of a day. But yeah, only about 17 miles to go until we get to the campsite before hitching into Ridgecrest tomorrow, although we're hitching in the following day, and then we'll be prepping and planning for our time in the Sierras, because there's only about 300 miles of the Sierras, and it's all starting to feel very real and very close, which is also quite intense, but very exciting, and I am very much looking forward to the new bit of adventure and seeing what lies ahead. Yeah, I will see you tomorrow.
I just wanted to say for all of the North Star subscribers that he's a stinky poopy face. And like and subscribe and comment and smash that like button.
Yes, he wants to get to like 200.
Make him an influencer.
Yes. And please comment on how good looking he is.
Yeah.
And if anyone has single hot friends, send them his way. And if not, send them our way.